Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Hello, brothers and sisters. As we all know, tomorrow is Isra Mi'raj. Very, very special time. The time when the Prophet ﷺ was taken on a blessed night journey from Mecca to the Masjid al-Aqsa to the heavens. This day was in actuality a huge test for all the rest of the Muslims. And many Muslims after this day actually apostated or became weak in their iman. Some even apostated from Islam, because this day was all about the ghaib. One of the main central factors or themes of this night journey is the ghaib, belief in the ghaib. And many Muslims failed that test. Many Muslims failed that test, and as I said, they lost their religion because of it, or they became very weak. And nowadays, what part does logic play in our religion? May Allah bless and reward Sheikh Imran, because he gave a beautiful lecture on this exact subject. But what part does logic play in our religion? So logically, Isra Mi'raj makes no sense, because logic is limited to what our comprehension is capable of, human comprehension is capable of, limited to what our comprehension is capable of, human comprehension is capable of. So human comprehension is quite limited, obviously. But what part does logic in and of itself play in Islam? What is the role of logic in Islam? So if you look at several examples from Quran, if you look at, for example, Musa alayhi salam, Musa's mother put the baby in the basket, to put Musa in a basket and send him down a river, because Allah inspired her to, because Fir'aun was going around killing all the baby males. Ibrahim alayhi salam, again, if you look through the lens of logic, it doesn't make any sense. He left his family. He took Ishmael and Hajar to a barren valley, which is now Mecca. Left them there with no food, no water. And so again, logically, this doesn't make any sense. And that's what Isra Mi'raj is all about. It's all about the ghaib. So logically, the logical stance of saying, oh, the Prophet ﷺ went from Mecca to Al-Aqsa in one night, well, that's not logical. Then you add in all the details of, well, he didn't just only go from Mecca to Al-Aqsa. He went from Mecca to Al-Aqsa on a winged, what would be most recognizable to people as a Pegasus, right? A horse with wings. Then not only that, flew to the heavens, past the angels, to each layer of heaven, meeting prophets along the way, Prophet Ibrahim, Prophet Noah, all the prophets, until he was granted a near one-on-one with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala himself. And even so, all this logically, through the lens of logic, is not possible. It's fantasy land, right? So this is exactly what happened to the people in the time of the Prophet ﷺ when he told them. So many people, when the Prophet ﷺ told them that Allah sent me to Masjid al-Aqsa and then send me into the heavens, and he is saying that it literally did it, this literally happened, a lot of Muslims actually ended up apostating and being embarrassed and not wanting to, right? So the same thing nowadays when we talk about angels, especially in our day and age, because now atheism and logic, the new religion of the modern age is a logician, right? It's to be a logician. And the father of this religion, if you really think about it, was Iblis. Because Iblis' argument was a logical argument. He argued against Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, even knowing that Allah knows everything, Allah created everything. So obviously your logic is irrelevant compared to the one who created and knows every aspect of creation itself. But Iblis in his religion of worshipping his own logic said, well, this doesn't make sense. Logically speaking, this is impossible. I'm made from fire. He's made from sand and clay and water. Fire is better than dirt. Therefore, it stands to reason that I'm better than him. So I should be the one to go and be Allah's representative on the earth. So again, the main point being, what does logic play? Part does logic play in our religion? What does logic play in Islam? So Isra Mi'raj is actually a day that many people maybe don't comprehend or contemplate on the actual deeper meanings behind the day. Everybody just talks about, oh, okay, he went from here to there. The Prophet ﷺ went to Al-Aqsa and he meeting with but this physically happened. And the Prophet ﷺ was given an open look behind the curtain of this reality, of this dimension, of this universe. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave him a look to the heavens, gave him a look to Allah's agents, I guess you would call them, the angels. He took the veil up off of the Prophet ﷺ for that night and allowed him to see behind the curtain because his faith was already strong. But for us, if another person was to tell us that he saw an angel or a jinn, we think most of us would think that person is crazy, But again, just an interesting little tidbit I wanted to kind of talk with everybody about and talk out loud, I guess. Just kind of talking out loud. But again, inshallah, may Allah, bless all of you, and may Allah's peace and blessings be on the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the best human being ever. That's why he was given that gift of being allowed to see behind the curtain before he actually passed, before he actually passed through the veil of death. And may Allah keep all of our faith strong and firm and intact when things are one way. They appear to be one way, but in reality they're quite another way. And this is a good day to reflect on the illusionary nature of the world in which we live. Most people are following that religion, whether they realize that or not. They're following the religion of Iblis, which is their own logic. So they say, I'm Muslim, but it doesn't make sense for me to fast, or it doesn't make sense for me to have to pray 5 times a day. That's illogical. I have other responsibilities. It's not unique. Okay, we definitely, there's a lot of meaning behind this day. But anyways, may Allah bless all of us on this day. Again, may Allah allow us to see things as they truly are, not as they appear to be, that we may not be deceived, because we live in a time where appearance and reality are not the same. Assalamu alaikum.